Hey, welcome back to Hugs and Honey. Good to see you tonight. So I am preparing to go out of the country tomorrow. Have been busy all day long with work and then just getting everything organized. There's so much to do when you travel. Just all of the preparations that you have to make. And then now there's a lot of different rules and regulations that you have to do when you travel internationally, especially because every country has their own requirements regarding COVID and vaccinations and testing and all of that kind of stuff. So I spent a large part of the day just organizing all of that and filling out all the forms and checking in. So we're all checked in for our flight, which is at 8 a.m. and we wake up at 4:30 a.m. to be ready on time. We're gonna leave here at 5 and get to the airport nice and early so that we don't have to worry about missing our flight or anything like that, because I've had a few close calls recently. So it used to be that I would kind of just take my time and know that I would make it. But you kind of have to plan a little bit more in advance now, ever since just COVID and everything going on. You just have to take a little more extra time. So anyways, so we're really excited to go, just my daughter and I, and I cannot wait. I'm not sure I've been this excited for a trip, if ever. So at least for a very long time. So excited. Anyway, so today I'm tired. I don't know if you can tell, I'm a little tired today. But I worked with this deck this afternoon with one of my clients, and it just felt really good to focus on the feminine energy of this goddess oracle deck. And so this is what I want to focus on today. I want to pull a card for our community, for our group intention. Whether you're a man or a woman, we all have masculine and feminine energy inside of us all. And sometimes we use our feminine energy and sometimes we use our masculine energy. And we are in control of that. We have the choice. So tonight we're going to be focusing on our feminine energy and what it can bring to all of us. So my intention for this card is to think about, what would be helpful for us all to hear right now, for us all to pay attention to and to just kind of observe. So something for everyone, a card for everyone that we can all gain wisdom and insight from. So I'm just going to finish shuffling these cards. This is a really beautiful deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky, and it's illustrated by Horana Janto. So it's really beautiful. And what I love about this deck is that it's representative of a lot of different feminine goddess archetypes from different cultures throughout the world. So it's got different cultures like African and Irish, Celtish culture. It's got American Indian. It's got Asian cultures. It's got all sorts of, just what is the right word? Goddesses, basically. Folkloric archetype, feminine archetypes in all traditions and all cultures. And so that's what I really love about this. It feels very inclusive. It feels very international and very worldly. So I really love that aspect of this. And they're just a beautiful deck. And the back of every card has this neat image on it, which I think is just really, just kind of lights me up. So, okay, so let's see. I'm going to finish shuffling and then I'm going to cut the deck and I'm going to grab a card. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to grab this card. grief. Coatlicue. Coatlicue? I'm not even sure. It looks like it is, let me see, I'm going to guess, Peruvian. Peru. Maybe it's Mexico. We're going to research it. So I'm seeing a moon. I'm seeing a moon on its side. I'm seeing a very solemn character, very solemn man. He looks like a shaman. These are snakes. Snakes are very symbolic of like medicine also. A snake is almost like Kundalini energy also going up the spine. Two snakes, two serpents go around the shaft, the staff, when we're talking about like a pharmacy. That's a very important symbol. The red, yellow, green, I don't know. It was maybe Aztec. I really don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what this is. But the moon is on its side. The moon looks sad. The moon generally is more of the feminine archetype and more of the realm of emotions. So let's read about this grief. Let's see what it has to say. Grief. With my head heavy with loss, with my eyes blinded by tears, I wander, unable to rest, unable to find ease. I am dry. My bones are dust in the desert sun. My heart ripped out. Lies broken on the ground. Each step I take in living tramples it anew. Each breath I take in living ruptures my wounds. How can I bear the unbearable? How can I survive the insurmountable? Will my sorrow ever end? Will my loss ever be filled? Will my longing ever cease? Mythology. Coatlicue, or serpent skirt, is mother of the Aztec deities. She gets her name because she wears a skirt made of swinging rattlesnakes. Here, let me show you the picture again. You can see the rattlesnakes here. She is worshipped as Earth Mother and Life and Death Mother. She found some white plumed feathers one day and placing them on her breast became pregnant. When the other gods, her children, discovered her pregnancy, they swore to kill her to keep her new offspring from supplanting them. Only her beloved daughter, the moon goddess, warned her mother. The moon goddess, her name is Okay, I'm just not even going to try. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Was decapitated by the sun god, and the grieving Coatlicue placed her daughter's luminous head in the sky. So this is a grieving mother. This is a mother. Oh, that's kind of sad. Okay, so Coatlicue is here to help bring you face to face with your grief. She is here to tell you that there is no way around grief. There is no place you can hide from grief. The way to wholeness lies in going through your grief. Have you been afraid to face the pain, accepting grief, and going through the grief process will bring? Have you been hiding from the grief, pretending you are really okay? Perhaps you fear the grief is so great that you will remain in it for the rest of your life. Have you done some of your grieving, but not all of it, so that it catches you unaware at odd times? Perhaps you're staying in a situation you need to leave, but fear the grief that leaving would engender. It is imperative for your healing process that you grieve. It is time to wail and keen and moan. It is time to ask for support from friends and family. Life is about loss, and loss is part of life. The seasons change and all is in a state of transition. Even grief, if fully faced, will finally lessen. In time, you will feel stronger and more alive. One day, your wounds will find scars. Your wounds will fade to scars. Remember that your process takes as long as it needs to take and that everyone's time of grief is different. Coatlicue tells you to feel the grief so that the healing can come. So it suggests that you should, as a ritual to help you heal in your grief, that you should do drumming your grief. You will need a drum with a beater. Do not use your hands, and you could not hurt, as you could hurt them, or to protect them, not to go fully into the emotion. Find a time and a place when and where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably with your I'm having my tongue tied. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. Take a deep breath and release it. Let everything go. Take a deep breath into your womb, the center of your body, and release it. When you feel centered and relaxed, give yourself the space and permission to open your grief. Find the place in your body where you are holding grief. Is it in your heart? Is it in your lungs? Is it in your solar plexus? That's your third chakra. If you are visual, open yourself to let images come to you. If you are kinesthetic, allow your body to feel the grief. This can be a recent grief or a past one, a grief that was never acknowledged or a grief that was only glanced at. You may find that once you open to grief, many griefs will come flooding into you, or you may find it hard to grasp. Let what comes up come up without censoring, without judging, just accept. Once you begin to experience the grief, you are ready to drum. It is not important how you sound. It is important that you make the sounds. Allow your own grief rhythm to be expressed. That's neat. Allow your own grief rhythm to be expressed. Ideally, a Native American drum with a handle to hold in one hand and a beater in the other. The drum needs to be sturdy. I would suggest a deerskin drum or a type of strong skin, except goat. So I guess not goat skin. Allow yourself to vocalize. Give yourself permission to move or dance or go crazy with grief. Do whatever you need to do. The more you can involve yourself, the more profound and satisfying the experience will be. Let yourself howl and moan and keen and cry. Perhaps your sounds and rhythm will evolve into a specific song that you can sing whenever you need to grieve. Perhaps it will be different for you each time. Do whatever is appropriate for you. Keep drumming the grief until it changes something else. Keep going deeper. Ride the grief until it transforms. If this is not the time to do all your grieving, just get your feet wet in the waters of grief now and do more later. Do what is appropriate for you. When you have drummed your grief and it has been transformed, or when you feel you have done what is appropriate for you, put the drum aside. Take a deep breath and release it slowly. Inhaling the energy you have raised. Give thanks and praise your courage. When you feel ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. So that is a lot to think about as we can transmutate our grief and really feel it, whatever is inside of us that needs to come out, and just let it out in whatever stage it needs to come out in, and to love our family. This was her daughter, and she is grieving her passing, and it's really a beautiful card and a beautiful idea, and to just think about, even if we may not be grieving anything specifically now, that, we're always going to have loss in our lives, and to kind of know about the drumming it out. I thought that was really helpful, and I think it could be really helpful in times of need. So please subscribe, comment, and share. I see you. I hear you. I'm here for you, and I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, tomorrow we'll be on an airplane, so I don't know when I'll talk to you, but it'll be tomorrow at some point, probably in the airport. Bye.